to take advantage of week-long free screening exercise to tackle hypertension, diabetes. Federal government targets 600,000 farmers to boost food production, fight inflation. On quarantine, Egypt poses two-day Gaza truce in hope of full ceasefire. And in sports, Nigeria's Tejuri Godwin bags 100 meters gold at International School Sports Festival in Bahrain. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Legacy government has launched a statewide free screening for hypertension and diabetes for residents, an initiative under the Nigeria Governors Forum nationwide campaign aimed at addressing the silent killers of hypertension and diabetes. Commissioner for Health in Lagos State, Aki Abayomi, urged Lagos residents to take advantage of the program tagged Know Your Numbers, Control Your Numbers, 10 Million Project Movement. The health program, set to run from today to Sunday, November 3, will provide free screenings for blood pressure and blood sugar across local government areas in the state. According to him, hypertension is responsible for 10 million deaths every year in the world, while 800,000 Lagosians walk with the condition every day. Speaking on risk factors, Abayomi encouraged residents to embrace a healthy lifestyle, eat balanced diet, reduce sugar and salt intake, alcohol consumption, exercise regularly, stay physically active and maintain a healthy body mass index and avoid smoking.
It is very common in Nigeria and in Lagos. It is possible to have both hypertension, diabetes, and often obesity at the same time. It is the leading cause of heart disease and stroke and kidney failure all over the world. It can be prevented and it can be treated. So it is not a death sentence. What is important is that you identify yourself as being a hypertensive or a diabetic and you seek appropriate medical treatment.
Earlier, the State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Motosho, called on journalists to participate in the campaign because of the stress associated with their job.
I thank God because of medical science, because of doctors. Today, we do not need to fear. Then what we need to do is to just show up, get tested, and then get the required drugs for our condition.
The free blood pressure and sugar test will be available at the various primary health care centers and general hospitals across the state to raise awareness and provide free screening for the two leading non-communicable diseases, hypertension and diabetes, commonly known as silent killers. The Legacy government is set to commence urban regeneration of Lagos Island and its environs, affirming that a conducive environment is very essential and effective for economic growth. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahabs, who stated this at Ilubiri after a tour round Lagos Island and its environs, noted that urban renewal across Lagos Island is necessary to effectively address the problem of flooding, which had posed a serious threat to lives and properties in the area. Wahab explained that the projects will be carried out jointly by the Ministry and the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. He promised that the contractor would commence work immediately and the projects will be delivered in no time across Lagos Island to permanently curb the menace of flooding in the area. Wahab implored the community to take ownership of the project by preventing indiscriminate dumping of refuse in the drainage channels and road medians and setbacks, noting that it is the responsibility of the community to maintain the project to ensure its sustainability. The mining marshal of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has cracked down on illegal mining sites in Nasarawa State. In a bid to intensify the war against economic sabotage, the mining marshal arrested 2 locals and 3 foreign nationals. The Commander General, Mining Marshal John Onoja, stressed a strong commitment to protecting the nation's critical infrastructure and ensuring sustainable mining practices. It will be recalled that the federal government launched mining marshals for the NSCDC to checkmate illegal mining of solid minerals across the country. to the rest of the story. The federal government is scaling up efforts to boost food production with plans to support 600,000 farmers on the cultivation of about 1 million hectares. It plans to promote the cultivation of wheat next month, while planting of rice has been scheduled for January and February 2025. Speaking at the Nigerian delegation's briefing at the IMF World Bank annual meetings in Washington, D.C., Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, said the government focus will be on gathering the wet season harvest and supporting small-scale farmers to ensure a successful dry season harvest. Edu said this move will reduce food costs and in turn ease inflation, as food represents 50% of the consumer price index, CPI. The International Finance Corporation, a member of the World Bank Group and the Central Bank of Nigeria, have announced an agreement to scale up local currency financing, unlocking over $1 billion in investment across key sectors of the Nigerian economy. The agreement, signed by IFC Managing Director Mukhtar Diop and CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso, will provide Naira-based financing to sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, housing, energy, small and medium enterprises, and Nigeria's youth and creative industries. This deal will enable private businesses to thrive by improving access to long-term, affordable local currency funding, essential for mitigating currency risks. CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso described the partnership as a pioneering initiative that reflects CBN's shift towards innovative financing solutions through collaboration with reputable global institutions. He emphasized that the deal aligns with the federal government's agenda to diversify the economy and catalyze sustainable growth. And in some foreign news, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has proposed a 2-day truce in Gaza and limited hostage exchange aimed at securing a complete ceasefire after more than a year of war between Israel and Hamas. The proposal includes exchanging 4 Israeli hostages held in Gaza for Palestinian prisoners in Israel jails and will be followed by more negotiations within 10 days. Sisi's intervention came with Israel continuing to pound the Palestinian territory while also fighting a war against Hezbollah in Lebanon and having just launched airstrikes at its major foe, Iran. The strikes on Saturday, the second time Israel has retaliated against Iranian ballistic missile attacks, triggered global calls for restraint. Israel launched the strikes in a retaliation for an October 1 missile attack by Iran, which was a response to the killings of the Iran-aligned militant leaders and an Iranian commander. Over to sports news. Nigeria's Tejiri Godwin has clinched gold in the boys' 100 meters of the International School Sports Federation IFF 2024 at Bahrain National Stadium in Rifa, crossing the finish line at an impressive 10.38 seconds. Earlier in the year, Godwin made waves at Athletics Championship Finals in Calabar, where he set a 10 personal best of 10.61 seconds, signaling his rise as one of the promising talents in Nigerian athletics. The ISF Jim said Bahrain 2024, which will be rounded off on October 31, is the biggest ever international school sports event. The event features more than 5,400 participants representing over 70 countries worldwide. That was our news at 12, but just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us in like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website. It's www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dwell furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has launched a statewide free screening for hypertension and diabetes for residents, an initiative under the Nigeria Governors Forum nationwide campaign aimed at addressing the silent killers of hypertension and diabetes. The federal government is scaling up efforts to boost food production with plans to support 600,000 farmers on the cultivation of about 1 million hectares. We also told you that Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has proposed a 2-day truce in Gaza and limited hostage exchange aimed at securing a complete ceasefire after more than a year of war between Israel and Hamas. And in sports, Nigeria's Dejiri Godwin has claimed gold in the boys 100 meters of the International School Sports Federation ISF 2024 at the Bahrain National Stadium in Rifa, crossing the finish line at an impressive 10.38 seconds. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. This was compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. Great afternoon to you, Lagos.